everyone. Today I welcome you in my first lecture of biology, that is chapter number 1, Cell, a unit of life. This is nothing new for you all. In your previous classes also you have studied this chapter, Cell. What is cell? Cell is a basic functional structure, unit of life. Cell is something that differentiate a living thing from non-living thing. If in simple terms you can say, if you consider your example, so you were nothing, you were just a single cell, and from that single cell you have developed into an organism. So if we talk about the cell, so cell, we say that cell is a basic functional structural unit of life. So why cell is known as a basic unit of life? Because this is the base of the life. Because cell is the base of life. Life started from the cell. That is why only cell is known as the basic unit of life. Why cell is known as the functional unit of the life? Because cell is responsible for the various activities that is taking place. Cell is responsible for the various metabolic activities. It is responsible for the various activities that is undertaking in our body. That is why cell is known as the functional unit of life. And a structural unit of life, cell is known as a structural unit of life because this is responsible to form the structure of our body. For example, if we say, if we build a wall, so for wall, the bricks are the structural unit of the wall, simply because bricks are going to join together, then only they are going to form a wall. So similarly, cell is known as a structural unit of life because cells joins together to form the structure of the body. That is why in simple terms, when we are talking about the definition of the cell, so cell is a basic, functional and a structural unit of life. If we talk about the level of organization of cell, what is the level of organization? What is the level of organization? Level of organization is that you were a single cell. What you people were? You people were just a single cell. Then what happened? Many similar cells joined together to form tissues. Many similar cells. Which type of cells? Similar cell. Similar cell joined together to form tissues. Then what happened? Many tissues joined together to form organs. Many tissues joins together to form organ. Many organs join together to form an organ system. An organ system. And this organ system compiled together to form an organism. And we as a human, we are a living organism. So this is a whole level of organization, that how from a single cell we became an organism. We were just a cell, then many cells combined to form tissues, many tissues combined to form organs, like many organs are present in our body. Similarly, many organs combined to form organ system and many system to form an organism. So this was a level of organization. Now if we talk about the discovery of the cell. So who discovered the cell? The cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1655. So the cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1655. And Robert Hooke is also known as the father of cytology. Why he is also known as the father of cytology. Now what do you mean by the term cytology? Cytology is a branch of a science, that it is a branch of the biology that deals with the study of cell and its structure. Cell and its structure. So cell was first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1655, and Robert Hooke is also known as the father of cytology. Cytology is a branch of the biology in which we study about the cell and its different components. Now, if we talk about the cell that was discovered by the Robert Hooke in 1655, actually what happened, that Robert Hooke in 1655, he examined a cork. He took a slice of a cork and he examined that slice under the microscope, and what he found in his experiment some honeycomb-like structure. Some honeycomb-like structure he found in his experiment. He had taken a slice of a cork, and he found some this honeycomb-like structure. Such a structure he found in his experiment, and he named these structures, these compartments, as cell. Robert Hooke was the first to coin the term cell. In his experiment that he observed such type of structure, honeycomb-like structure, and he named these structure as a cell. But actually these were the cell wall, because it was the discovery that he did, it was the dead cell. These were the dead cells. These were the dead cells, and the structure that he noticed, that was cell wall made up of cellulose. That was cell wall that was made up of cellulose. So later in his book Myographia, Robert Hooke, he had described this, that the discovery of the cell, he had discovered the dead cell. He was the first to discover the dead cell. But you have to write the name of Robert Hooke only if the question is going to be asked, like who discovered the cell. Then later what happened, after the discovery of microscope by Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he has discovered the microscope, and he is also known as the father of mycology. What happened, that after that discovery of microscope, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he was the first person. He is also known as the father of microbiology. Why he is known as the father of microbiology? Because he was the first to discover the microorganism, and he was the first person to describe the live cell. He did not discover the cell. The cell was discovered by Robert Hooke in 1655 in his experiment only. Then after the advanced discovery of microscope, Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he described the first live cell. And because why the cell was live? Because here he found the protoplast, and the discovery was that he found the microorganism in water. And he is known as the father of microbiology. Just keep these things in your mind. Robert Hooke is known as the father of cytology. Anton von Leeuwenhoek, he was the first to describe the live cell, and he is known as the father of microbiology. Then later the discovery of the electron and advanced microscope, what happened? That Robert Brown in 1831, he has described the nucleus that is present in the cell. So these are the few discoveries that you need to keep in your mind. You need to jot it down in your notes. You have to learn these things, that who is the father of cytology, who is known as the father of microbiology, and who discovered nucleus cell, and who has described the live cell. Now we moving towards the cell theory. Now we are going to talk about the cell theory. Cell theory. Who proposed cell theory? So here you have to keep the name of three people. That in 1838. In 1838, a German botanist. What was his name? A German botanist. His name was Matthias Schleiden. He was a botanist, so he did a research on different types of plants. And what did he found? He found that different types of plants, they are made up of different types of cells, and different types of cell as well as a product of those cells. This was his discovery. Then in the same year, only after 1 year, in 1839, a British zoologist, a British zoologist, his name is Theodore Chevon. So he did a research on different types of animal cell. He found that different types of animals as well as humans, they are made up of different types of cells and their products. So these were the two theories, two statements that were given by these two people, as well as this zoologist, British zoologist, he has given two more statements. He discovered the plasma membrane, as well as the cell one. He was the first to observe that. He found that the animal cell is composed of plasma membrane, that is also known as cell membrane, as well as he noticed that the plant cell, it comprises of one more outer layer, that is cell wall, that is present outside the plasma membrane. So these were the theories. These were the theories that were proposed by these two botanists and zoologists. According to them, cell, any plant or any organism, they were composed of cells and their product, as well as they have given this statement that the outer limiting layer of any cell is plasma membrane, that is going to be an animal cell, and if it is a plant cell, so the outermost layer is going to be the cell wall. This was a discovery or the theory proposed by these two people, but these people were unable to explain that from where different types from where new cells were arising. They failed to explain this concept. So what happened in 1855? Rudolf Virchow, he had given the statement in 1855. Rudolf Virchow, he had given the statement of omnis cellula. This means that the cell arises from the pre-existing cell. So here finally Rudolf Virchow, he has modified the cell theory given by the German and British botanists and zoologists. Later he had given this statement, omnis cellula, that all the cells arises from the pre-existing cell through the process of cell division. So this is cell theory. I hope that this much is clear to all of you. What is cell? Who had discovered the cell? Who was the first person to describe the live cell? Who is known as the father of cytology, the father of microbiology, as well as the people, those who have discovered or proposed the cell theory, and the contribution of Rudolf Virchow in the cell theory. Please note down these important names and dates. You have to learn these things. Thank you for watching the video.